Hamilton High School in '49, and he competed in gymnastics for 3 years under fellow Hall of Famer Jim Grimm and qualified for the national championships as a junior and senior. He finished 9th as a junior and 3rd as a senior, missing out on the national championship by 0.2 of a point. He was a teammate of fellow Hall of Famer Fred Belden. Harget went on to The Ohio State University, where he competed in gymnastics for 2 seasons. After college, he earned first place in diving in 1 and 3 meter diving board events at the Midwest Open during his 2 years in the Air Force. He also started the Maryland Dennis School of Gymnastics and Tumbling, where he has been the coach for 48 years. The school has hosted 2 national championships in 1980 and 1986, and Harget was named National Coach of the Year in 1985 and 2000. He coached the state AAU gymnastic team champions in 1965 and 67, and was inducted into the United States Tumbling Association Hall of Fame in 2000. Harget has coached 167 national champions in tumbling, trampoline, and double mini-tramp. He also has coached nearly 50 national team champions and has held an International Tumbling Judges Certificate for 8 years. Harget has also been the Technical Vice President for 12 years in the U.S. Tumbling and Trampoline Association. Ladies and gentlemen, from the class of 1949, Dennis Harget.
I'll move it down to the shorty position. Okay, yes, my name is Dennis Harget, and I'd like to go through how I got involved in my sport, gymnastics, tumbling, and trampoline. You heard them talk about the Bill Sharp, where he was the one that I saw do the first skill I ever saw. He rocked back on a mat and threw his legs, came back up, and I said, "Man, did you see that?" And he said, "No, that's called a kip up or a nip up." I never ever heard called a nip up from then on. And through a lot of the hard work with my lifelong friend right over here, Fred Belden. He was called the Golden Boy, and he was the top tumbler. I was top trampolinist. We went to our junior year, and they said 3 of them. Coach Jim Grimm said, "There are 3 of us." Said, you come in the locker room, I'm going to talk to you. So we went in there. We didn't know whether we were in trouble or what, but he said, "I'm sending you boys to the Olympic trials." And I went, "Olympic trials, man, that's great. That's really great. What is it?" Yeah, I was a poor dumb kid, didn't, you know, they didn't have all the TV coverage that they have now. So anyway, my goal was to beat one person. I didn't want to be last. So we went to State College, Pennsylvania, and competed. And it was actually, we were right next to where they were drawing the Olympic team, which, you know, and Fred, Gerald Irvin didn't get to compete. He didn't have enough difficulty. But Fred Belden ended up winning 7th place in the tumbling. I got 9th place. So I thought, well, I'm really going to work hard this next year and see what I can do, you know. Well, we went to Chicago, to Navy Pier, and competed, and Fred rolled his ankle over and real badly, you know, he had sprained it. So anyway, he didn't get to compete because of that. So I got up the next day. We had a workout, and then the next day I got up and did my passes. And he said, "Can you group of competitors move this trampoline back here out of front of everything?" Okay, so we went over there where I met the Olympic diving champion, Bruce Harlan. He was a 3 meter diving champion. I was teaching him back 3/4 where you land on your stomach, and then a full twisting 1 1/4. They called it a Cody then. Well, turned around, and here's 5 guys in navy blue suits, and they said, I really enjoyed your routine. I thought it was really a great pass. And anyway, they finally turned around and walked away, and I'm standing there with my mouth open. And I said, well, those guys were really, they were really nice guys. And they started laughing. All these colleagues would. And I said, well, I thought they were. And they said, well, you know who that was. I said, no, not really. And they said, oh, you know who it was? And the one guy over there said, I don't think he does. He said, that was the judges. And I thought, oh man, I must be in pretty good shape, you know. But as he said, I had one low score, and I got third place, and you know, it took me 6 years to win the Nationals after that, which I finally did. And then I got into the coaching, started Maryland Dennis Gymnastics, and I was still competing in diving, and we won. I had 3 girls that wanted me to form a team. They begged me for 3 months, and I said, well, no. Well, we finally did it, and we ended up winning the state meet in girls gymnastics, and then the next year we won the junior state meet and the senior. And then we moved over on Pleasant Avenue, and we got into the power tumbling. And which was, the kids loved the power tumbling because we tumbled anyway. What first meet we went to was 1965, I believe it was, or no, 75. And anyway, they went up and competed. We were the only one that had 3 in the top 10. And I heard all this noise, and I heard a quiet Maryland Dennis. I said, they said Maryland Dennis. I got to go over there and see what's going on. Went over there, and here we had won the elite level of the tumbling. First nationals we went to. Anyway, we had a little girl that came in to us. She was 2 weeks away from being 8 years old, and her mother, she came in from Indianapolis and moved to Westchester. Tracy Long was her name. We said, her mother said, well, you know, could she try out for the team? I said, okay. And she went down there, and she had naturally a lot of mistakes, but I said, you know, she's going to be a good power tumbler. And her mother said, she's not any good. I said, look at all the rest of the kids. I said, yeah, but they've been here a couple of years. And, you know, we won some state championships and went to that first meet, and then we got into the tumbling. And 1 year we won 4 out of 5 of the national competitions as a team. And the other one, we got 3rd place in that one. Anyway, this little girl went, and we went to the Nationals, which was held in Rockford, Illinois. Well, she ended up winning 1st place in the 8 and under. She was the only one that did any pulls or 1.5 twists. So 3 months later, we got to go to the first World Age Group Championship in London, England, at Pickett's Lock Sports Center. She won the 10 and under. She's still 8. And my best friend sitting over here, where is he? There he is. He's the one holding his hand up. He won 2 world championships that year and the next year. We of the 10 age groups, we won 3 of them. We were one as a team. The next year we went to San Mateo, California. We won 3 of the 10 places that year, and got a couple seconds and 3rds. But anyway, it's been a great ride. I have two other girls there that was on the national team. They won. They were national champions. One won 6 titles. The other one won 2 top titles. Right here's one that's sitting there I ran into earlier, and she won out of Kansas City, Kansas. She was a national champion. And you meet a lot of really great kids I put it on the wall, I'd rather have a world champion person than a world champion athlete. So with that, I'd like to sit down and not take up any more time and say thank you for nominating me, and thank you for putting me in with all these great athletes. Thank you.
All right, now our next